Good afternoon. Happy Monday. How is everyone doing? Hello, hello. I'm a minute late. I was trying to clean up my stand area because everything was in my way. All right, let me get this shared over on the other pages. Let's see. Share. Oh, I'm posting it in the wrong place. Good gracious. All right, there we go. Okay. And now let me go and fix where I just shared it in the wrong place, because that's how I roll today. All right, let's see. Oh, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. All right, let's see. Let me go. I think I shared it to my page. I sure did. All right, let me delete. Sometimes if you have Facebook, but you also have a business page, if you share those things to your personal page, sometimes they will block you from being able to post anything. So I got to get that deleted because I do not need to be shut down off Facebook. All right. Hello, hello. Hey, Verna. How are ya? Okay. I think I'm all good now and ready to go. Except for it's deleting my comments. There we go. Okay. All right. Hey, Joyce. How are you doing? Okay. I have been working busily today, getting a whole bunch of stuff done and working on some things coming up. So I'm tired. It is close to the end of the day, so I guess that's a good thing to be tired at the end of the day. All right, I'm gonna wait just a couple more seconds and then I will get started. Take a drink of my water. And I'm super excited about our projects today. I have I got this set, the welcoming window set, because I don't know, it kind of reminded me of like cottage style. And so I've played with it for the last couple days and I like our projects. And I have an extra sample too. So, all right. So we'll go ahead and get started. This is for Florence. Florence, this is the card I made with the little piece, the extra piece we made on Saturday. I'm not a fan of the card, so I'm going to have to keep playing around. I've got another piece, so I'm going to keep playing around. But I wanted to show you what I came up with. I don't know, it's not horrid, but I don't know, something with this I don't like. So anyway, I'm going to keep playing around with it until I get the perfect card. I'm not sure if Florence is on here, so I'll have to text her that. So anyway, so our winners from last week are Verna. You won the Snowflake Splendor ribbon. Can never have too much ribbon, right? Joyce, you won the blue adhesive backed gems. So I'll be getting that in the mail to you. And then Angie, 2 weeks in a row, you won. This is the Praiseworthy Pros, I think is how you say it, or Pros, I'm not sure. But this is the stamp set, and so I will get that mailed out to you as well. So those are the winners from last week. I'll be honest with you, I did not pull the prizes for this week, but I will pick them and then I'll let you know what they are. Make sure you comment and you share, and that is how your name goes into the drawing. So just remember that. I wanted to announce officially the spring retreat. It will be Saturday, April the 17th from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. I will be sending out an email. It will go out later tonight. It is scheduled to go out later tonight, so hopefully it'll go. With all the information and the registration link so that you can register for the retreat. If you want to do it online or as a to-go option, feel free to do that. There is an option for that. I will let you know that if you do it as a to-go option, there will be a private Facebook group for those that are attending the retreat. And randomly throughout the day, there will be prizes and that kind of stuff that will be given away. And I will go live in that Facebook page or group. It'll be a group so that you can know that your name is drawn and all of that. So there will be some fun stuff going on throughout that day, even if you're to go. And then obviously those videos and stuff will be there. So if you don't get to do it on that day, then you can always go back and watch as well. The cost of it is $75 with meals or $60 without. And if it's to go, then it is $70, which that includes the shipping, and then you'll get all the tutorials as well. So watch for an email on that. And then this is for the March Simply Creative Club. We're going to be using the Butterfly Bouquet, which is the stamp set's called Butterfly Brilliance. And then you've got these beautiful dies that go with it. The club is $39, and then you can add on the bundle for the actual cost. So I pay shipping and tax on that if you're interested in it. Every club, every month, the club includes at least $20 in products. And then the extra is what actually costs to do the make and take packets and getting the shipping done. So if you're interested, let me know in that. And that is it for today. Not much announcement wise because celebration is over. So not really much to talk about on anything new. So don't forget though that even though celebration is over, it's still a great time to join Stampin' Up. It's always a great time to join Stampin' Up. You get lots of goodies in your starter kit. Words are hard. You get lots of goodies in your starter kit, and you get to be part of a team. If you join under me, then you get to be part of the Stampin' Grace team, and I absolutely love the ladies that are on our team. We have a lot of fun. We do monthly meeting, monthly challenges, a team swap, all that kind of stuff. So feel free to join our team. We would love to have you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be doing the welcoming window, and it has lots of beautiful dies. And then the stamp set is pretty gorgeous as well. There are there are 5 sentiments in it that are really good. So it has a Mother's Day. Hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day. So it's good for all kinds of different seasons and holidays and whatever else you want to call it. So good stamp set. I enjoyed playing with it. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the simplest card. 2 of the projects are maybe just a little bit more difficult, which is okay. Hey, Carol. Oh, you're good. You're good. You didn't really miss much. We're just getting started. Okay, so this is going to be our first card today. It's just real simple. I wanted to step outside the box of just using it as kind of a garden scene or a window scene or anything like that. So that's how I came up with this card. I just wanted something that was simple, easy, and quick, but different for this stamp set. So I'm going to roll up my sleeves so I don't get ink everywhere on them. I was actually cold earlier. I'm hot now, but that would be because I'm on Facebook Live. And as soon as I turn on the camera, I get hot. I think it's my nerves. But, and from what I understand from other demonstrators who've been doing it for years, they still have the same issue. So I guess I'm not the only one. Thank goodness. Whew. All right. So we are going to stamp this piece right here. Actually, let me make sure this is the right one. I might have actually not cut it down. Okay. We got to cut that down just a little bit. So let me grab a little trimmer here. So I need to cut it down 1/4 of an inch. I need it at, let's see, 3 3/4. All right. And then I'm just going to eyeball it for this side. Okay. That looks pretty close. Let's make sure that fits now. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to take this piece right here and we're going to take smoky slate. Yeah, smoky slate. We're going to take this is like a long brick, I believe is what you would kind of consider it from the stamp set. We're going to take it and we're going to ink it up, and then we're just going to randomly start putting it in areas. And I'm going to use the back of the Bermuda Bay. I mean the Coastal Cabana. All right. I'm going to come down here, put it there, and then there. And then let's see. I'm going to stamp it off once, just real light, and see if I can get it to do like a 3rd generation. Perfect. All right, and then let's stamp right about there. And then let's do one more, make it light. There we go. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're going to take some black memento and we're going to take the welcome sentiment in the stamp set and we're going to start stamping it in random places on the card. Some of it is straight, some of it is not. It really should all be straight, but hey, no one will know, right? All right, I'm going to put this here. And we're going to do this one here. Put this one. And if you stamp off the side of your card, make sure you re-ink before you re-stamp, because if you don't, you'll have multiple colors come up. So just remember that. All right, I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to come back up here and put there. That one right there. And then let's see if we can stamp there. We'll do there. And then let's do one more right there. Okay, perfect. All right, now we're going to take the other piece of basic white that we had. We are going to stamp the welcome down at the bottom, just like that. All right, and then I'm going to set those aside, close up my ink so I don't get it all over me. We're going to take that mini cutter and we're going to just slice one little white piece there. Put that over there so I don't get it in the way. Okay, so now we have a basic black piece and then our white piece. Let's go ahead and adhere this on. So we're going to use some Stampin' Seal Plus because that's what I have handy. And then we're just gonna attach it to our piece there. All right, we're gonna take this and put it about in the center, just like that. We're gonna take some of this. This is from the Playful Patterns suite in the catalog, in the annual catalog. And I honestly have not used this ribbon before, but it is pretty. I like it. All right, so we're just gonna put it on there in kind of a zigzag, and then we're gonna trim off that end, just like that. Okay, and then we'll set that aside. Let me actually put my pin back in it so I don't stab myself in a minute. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna take our black piece and we're gonna cut it at an angle, but I kind of wanna see how far across the front of the card I want it. So I want it right about there. So I'm gonna cut it at an angle. And now what I'm gonna do is put some Stampin' Seal Plus on the back, and I'm gonna lay it flat right across, just like that. Then I'm gonna take this piece and I'm gonna kind of do it, actually this piece is at the angle, sorry. We can pick that up. There we go. So we're gonna put it at an angle, like that. Then we're gonna take our sentiment and we'll cover up that little mess up there now. We'll figure out kind of where we want it to go. So we kind of want it there. So I'm gonna cut off right about here. And I just wanna make sure that that is straight, or straight enough. It doesn't have to be perfect, honestly. And you could do that one at an angle too. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put dimensionals on the back. And I'm gonna make sure, I definitely know right about there. All right. So let's line that up again, like that. And then we're gonna flip it over and cut it off. Let me get my bad pair. And sometimes it's easier to do it with a trimmer. It'll look better, but I think that turned out good. All right. So now what we're gonna do is flip that over. We're gonna pop it up. And take off our backings, and then we will put it on our card base, and then all we have to do is add our embellishments. And the embellishments are from the Playing with Patterns as well. And I love these little resin dots. These are pretty awesome. All right, so we're gonna take your pick tool. We're gonna take a big one and we're gonna stick it. Actually, let's stick that one there. We're gonna stick a medium one right here at the end. So it kind of gets rid of that little white space there. And then we're gonna put this one here. Grab us a little one and put it right about here. Another little one and put it there. So then you have an odd number of your embellishments on there. So that is card number 1. Simple, quick, easy to recreate. And something different with that stamp set. All right. So let's move on to the next one. I'm gonna set that one aside. All right, the next one, this one right here. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw this stamp set, all I could picture was standing in the kitchen and looking out a window. That's what I pictured. So that's what I created here. I created a scene that has the kitchen sink in copper, and then you have your white countertops, and then the big rave right now is for your open shelves. I personally don't like them, but those that like them and want to show all their stuff, that's fine. So that's kind of what I mimicked here. And then if I added another one on top of there, that would have been too large. So that's why there's only one on this side. But this is a stained glass window that you look out into your yard. And then a lot of your older buildings have open brick. And I love open brick in houses. Being in a parsonage, obviously we never get to choose any of those things. But in the last house we were in, our entryway had bricks all through the front. And then in this house, the sunroom has an entire wall that's brick because they actually added the sunroom onto the house. And I love that they left the brick from the outside in there. So I love brick walls. It really just reminds me of historical buildings. And so that's what we're creating with this card. I've done most of the die cutting because if I did the die cutting on here, we'd be here all day. It did take a while. So, but all right, so we have a card base that we're going to go ahead and fold in half. Get it good and lined up. Do my bone folder. All right. And now we're going to set that aside for just a moment. We're going to take, all right, so these are going to be our countertops. This is going to be the ledge underneath the window. And then obviously these three pieces are our shelves. And then this is using copper foil. And this piece, let me show you actually what I did. Okay, so for our kitchen counters, I used the shutters. Obviously for the ledge, I used the shelf. For the sink, I used this right here, which cuts out the shutter when you stamp it. Okay? Now, I do need to pull this out, and I need to pull out that, and I think that's it. Yes. Okay. So we are going to stamp our jug, and we are going to stamp our window. And I want to go ahead and do those really quick because we need our window to dry so that we can use the Stampin' Blends to color it in. So we are going to use, I have a large stack of ink pads. Oh, it's right in front of my face. We're going to use the soft suede to ink up our window. And then we're just going to stamp it right there. Okay. And then we need to stamp our mug, or not mug, but jug. And it's going to be in Bermuda Bay. I'm going to stick it down there. Okay, we're going to let those dry. Really, it's that one. We want to make sure it's good and dry. And then we will come back to it. And so right now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take crumb cake, and we're going to stamp our background. Now, if you ever look at brick, it's different colors. It's not all the same. So I wanted to add a little bit of character to it, a little bit of extra color. So what we're going to do is every couple of bricks we stamp, we're going to take one of the daubers. We're going to take the soft suede, and we're going to dab a little bit of it onto our stamp once we ink it up. And all I did was just kind of go down the center of it and sometimes go on the outside of it. But I'm only doing it every couple of bricks, not all of them. And you can see it kind of gave it a different color right there in the center. All right, and then I'm going to flip my stamp around and come at it from the other end. And this did take a while, but I wanted to kind of walk you through it so you could see it all. And I am going to, I'm going to actually stamp this so it goes all the way off. I don't really like it with all the white on there, so I think we'll be fine on the other side. Okay, so now we're going to flip it again and start going down this side. And we're not doing any of the darker on this one. Now we're going to do a little extra color. Oh, wrong one. We're going to put it on both sides there. All right, and then we're flipping it. We're starting down here. All right, let's do another one. And just go down the center for this one. I know this does take a while, but it makes it worth it in the end. It really does. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So we'll leave it there. I'll set these aside for just a moment. Actually, I'm gonna put them over here because I think I need them again. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and take this and attach it to our early espresso, and I need to trim it down just a little bit, but I wanted to make sure that I got everything in there before trimming it down. So on this one, we're gonna trim it down that little 1/4 of a piece. So I'm going to borrow this one back. And then we're going to make it like that. And then there we go. I did create a little bit bigger of a border on this one just because that one was really hard to put on. Because once you start adding everything, it makes it a little difficult. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take and attach our wood pieces, our countertops, to the bottom. And we're going to actually stick our sink on here first. Kind of figure out where you want it. Yes, it makes a huge difference, Verna. It really does. I really liked that. Actually, let's go down here. Nope, we're going to do it down here. All right. So we're just going to put a little bit of the edge of the sink off on the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to take and put adhesive right along here. And then all the way down on this side. And then we're going to attach, and you want your sink to be higher than your counters. So you're just going to line it up like that. And then you'll do the same thing on this side. And it's okay if it's not perfect height-wise. No one will actually ever know. Okay. So there's that. And now what we want to do is go ahead and attach on this side. We're just going to attach these on top of each other, or, you know, like stacked on the card. And I have to have mini dimensionals for this. So we're going to do 1 and 2. And if you wanted to make sure that your legs didn't move up and down, or if they were secure, you could always use the foam adhesive sheets to cut these out as well. I didn't necessarily find it that you had to do that. So, all right, so we want to make sure that we at least have enough dimensionals on there. I think that should be good. All right, so we're gonna stack this one up right about here. Actually, you know what? Let's just do our windows first. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, let's go ahead and I want to make sure that I place them in the right spot. So let's go ahead and color. We should be fine now. So we're going to start with light balmy blue. And we're just going to color in right there. We're not doing any kind of shading, nothing real crazy. Alrighty. One more. Now, if you had started coloring this before it was fully dry, it would actually pick up that soft suede, and it would start kind of turning the rest of your area the wrong color. I'm going to use the big end on this one. Alright, you got that one, and then this one. Okay, and then Poppy Parade. Oh, this was Dark Daffodil Light. Okay, and then we're going to do Poppy Parade. Okay, and then that is our window. So let's go ahead and cut it out, and then we'll cut out our jug as well. So we're going to bring in the mini cutter, and we will cut it down some. Okay, let's put our window there. And then we'll put our jug right here. I guess it's either a jug or a pitcher, whichever. Okay, then let's put our plate on top and run it through. Okay, and then we'll scrape that all right down. Okay, let me put these back in here so I don't lose them. Okay, trash and trash. All right, so now what we want to do is we're going to bring back in our piece, and we're going to stick our window up there. So let's put that with dimensionals on the back. We're going to put 5. And we can go ahead and actually attach it. All right, so we want to make sure that we put it kind of in the center of the sink. So just like that. Now, we need to put that little ledge on. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut off these bottoms. We'll cut off the legs. So it'll go like that, and oops, and like that. There we go. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 mini dimensionals on either side. And then we're going to take right here, and we're going to cut just a little small thin line. Let's see if it'll let me do it with these scissors. And then we'll just cut that off like that. And then we're going to attach it to the bottom. Because we want it to kind of sit along there. We want it to kind of hang off that bottom a little bit, because you want your bottom right here that is stamped, you want to make sure that that's showing. at least just a little bit of it. Okay, so there you go. All right, so now let's do our shelves. All right, so we're gonna put this one right about here, and we can add a third mini dimensional. Okay. And then let's take this one and add 3 mini dimensionals. All right. The mini dimensionals and I don't necessarily always get along. I think it's because I have fat fingers and these are small little pieces. Okay, now what we are going to do is trim off all these edges. So I'm going to pull back in the mini trimmer. I'm going to start with this side because I can make my edge even with the top there. And I'm just going to slice off just like that. Now I can turn it this way and I can be even again. Making sure I don't actually cut my basic white piece, okay? And then just the one more right there. Okay, so now there is all of our pieces, all even on the sides. Nope. And now we're gonna take our other one and we're gonna put mini dimensionals all along the back. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, take those off. And then we're going to, and actually we're gonna have to trim off the end of it, which is quite all right. All right. Let's do the little trimmer. Make sure I get it even. There we go. I'm gonna need to get some Gooby Gone for that side. Okay. I don't necessarily like that as much, but it'll be okay. I'm thinking, cut that off. I think it'll look a little better. It'll look like it goes longer. Okay, so now we're gonna put our jug right there. So we're gonna put dimensional at the top. We're gonna put a little adhesive at the bottom. And we'll stick it right here. Okay, so now we are gonna attach it there. And we're gonna line it up, give it a good even border all the way around. Now we're gonna take it and pop it up. And then put it on our card base, and then we're gonna do one more thing to it. Okay. Adhere that there. And then we're gonna open it up into the inside, and we're gonna actually add our sentiment to the inside. And we're going to stamp a flower, and we're gonna stamp our little box, or the little planter. We're gonna stamp it in soft suede. We're gonna stamp it first, just right there. Then we're gonna do the flowers in Pear Pizzazz, or the leaves in Pear Pizzazz. And we're just going to stick that right up over it, just like that. Then we're going to stamp our flowers in Bermuda Bay. And you can tell there's some just empty spaces there. That's where your flowers go. Just like that. All right, and then we're gonna stamp in the soft suede. We will stamp our sentiment. A tip with this one is to lay this on your silicone mat or something that it will not stick to in order to get it straight. And I'm not sure mine's fully straight still, but it'll work. Might be a little wavy. All right, so that is card number 2. A lot of work for this one, but I like it. I love the kitchen kind of theme of it. So that is card number 2. All right, let's do our third one. This one is just as crazy. This set, it does take a lot of time with it because you have a lot of cutting out and that kind of stuff. So, but it definitely makes it well worth it in the end. So this is card number 3. I have to say this is my favorite one. So we're creating a planter box, and then on the kind of the side of the house or the building, you're creating shelves to put other flower sets. So that's what this one is. Thank you, Verna. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and fold our card base in half. And then we're going to set it aside. I got some sticky on my table. Okay. And then we're going to set this aside just so I can kind of look at it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start out with putting our, this is using the brick and mortar. So we're going to go ahead and attach it to our Coastal Cabana piece. And this just has a very tiny border around it. Okay, so this box, our planter box, is using the shutters again. And then what we're gonna do is just trim off the curve where you'll see if you, I don't know. Okay, so let's see if I can get it showing, maybe. So your top part has engraving in it as well, or embossing in it as well, but it goes in a different direction. So you want to cut off that top part. So you'll just cut right down that embossed line and just straight up. Oh, you can see it pretty good in it. Good. All right, so we're going to just put that there. And I'm going to go ahead and pop it up here in the corner. And we'll use the regular dimensionals to do that. And we're going to use 3. Oh, the paper for this. Oops, I forgot to tell you. The paper is the In Good Taste with all of the different, almost like kitchen wood, you know, tile, that kind of stuff. So that is where that is being pulled from, that paper. Oh, backings. It won't stick without taking the backings off. All right. Okay. All right. And then I cut out 2 of the shelves again. And this is still using the In Good Taste. That's not very straight. So let me see if I can straighten it up just a touch. There we go. All right. And then we'll put dimensionals along the back of it as well. But we'll do the mini dimensionals. peek. There we go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. I've almost used up a whole sheet of mini dimensionals. That does not happen very often, people. Not often at all. Okay, so I'm going to attach this one down here, and I'm going to kind of pull in this card over here so I can kind of see where it kind of goes. And I'm actually going to move it down just a touch. So right about there. Make sure it's level. Okay. And then let's attach this one. We'll kind of line it up there. And this is just so I can make sure that it's not gonna go off the edges when I do the flowers. Okay, we're gonna move this one down just a touch as well. All right, and this is actually easy to kind of line up as well because you can do it with the brick and it works out perfectly. Okay, so I've already cut out the picture using Coastal Cabana, and then I cut out that planter with Daffodil Delight. Now, we need to stamp all of our flowers. So, let me grab this one, and I need to clean it because we're going to use Granny Apple Green for this. Okay. So we need 3 of the larger ones. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then we're going to do a soft sea foam using the smaller set of leaves. So 1 and 2. We just need 2 of those. All right, and then we're going to take Flirty Flamingo and we're going to ink up for the smaller one, and we're going to do both of those in Flirty Flamingo. Let's see if I can line it up. There we go. One good thing too is if you don't get it quite right, it won't matter. You can't really tell. Until probably I go and cut them out, I guess, but I think that'll be fine. Okay. Now we're going to take our small ones, and that goes, so it's the smaller bundle of flowers that go with the larger of the leaves. And we're going to stamp those in 3 different colors. So we're going to clean our stamp. We're going to do Gorgeous Grape for our first one. Okay, and then we're going to clean, and we're going to do Poppy Parade for our second. All right, and then our last one is going to be Mango Melody. All right, now let's cut those out. Make sure I've got all of them. Yep, okay. Now I'm gonna trim off that end so it'll go through the mini cut and emboss, and then we're also gonna do our sentiment on that. Okay. So we're going to pull out both of our flower outlines. Maybe, if I can get it up. All right. We're going to line this one up. And we'll line this one up. right, and then we'll send that one through. Okay, there is the first set. And then let's do our next ones. And let's see if it'll cut those out. I think it'll be fine. Okay, I think it'll work out. All right, and then we'll have just one more to cut out. Sorry for the shaking. All right, and then I just need this one. All right. And then we're done. And now we can put it all together. These would be really good spring cards. You could change up the colors and stuff like that too. But I do think that this would be perfect for a Mother's Day card. We're actually going to do My Sweet Friend. But it would be perfect. Okay, so we're going to attach these in. We're going to tuck this up underneath like that. And then we want this end sticking out. So we're going to put 2 dimensionals at the top. So one there and one there. And then tuck that up underneath. And we're getting it right to the edge of that Coastal Cabana piece. Then we're going to take the Gorgeous Grape, and we're actually going to stick that end in, so you're kind of creating an open space right there. Okay, so 2 dimensionals at the top again. Just like that. And then what happens is this is going to go right here in the center. So it looks like all the flowers are just kind of overflowing on the box, which I think is really pretty. So we are going to actually just do Stampin' Seal for the back of that. Not going to pop that one up. And I don't like the flowers on it. So let me do this. Let's see. I think the flowers are really off on it. So let me just re-stamp it and see if that'll work. Not too bad. Okay, I'm good with that. I put it on my foam pad, hoping that it wouldn't stick, and it didn't, so, or not permanently anyway. Okay. Actually makes it look like it has more flowers. Okay, I'm good with that. And now we're going to take this and we're going to attach this to the top. And I'm going to stamp that one again as well. I did not do very well lining those up, did I? Not at all. There we go. That makes it fill in better. Okay, so we're going to actually take Stampin' Seal, put it at the bottom, and then we're going to attach it to our picture. I need to actually get it a little closer. There we go. And then we're going to attach it to the picture, to the very top of it, and then we're going to put dimensionals on it. Okay, and I want to leave a little bit of room here at the bottom so that it will sit on the shelf, just like that. Actually move it up just a little bit. All right, we're going to do the same thing to this. Add a little bit of adhesive at the bottom, attach it to our pot. Just like that. And then we'll put dimensionals on. And then we'll stick this right here. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is our sentiment. So we are going to do My Sweet Friend, and we're gonna stamp it in black memento. What time is it? Oh, almost right at an hour. I'm actually gonna stamp it this way, so I have a little bit more room on the end to work with. Okay. Now I'm going to grab that mini trimmer again. And I'm going to cut off this end of it. I'll line it up. Like that. Okay. Then kind of want to make sure that I can trim off some of this end, just a touch of it. Okay. All right. Now we're going to attach it here. And when we attach it here, I want to actually flag this end over here. So we're going to cut off right there, and then we're going to flag. So we'll cut up the center and then in. Okay. And we're going to stick it right there. We're actually going to need to trim off a little bit more, so that'll be fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is attach it where I want it. I wonder if it'll be better up here now. I didn't leave much room here, so let me do this. Let me just move this over some. There we go. There we go. All right, that makes it better. Okay, so we'll stick that down. Now what we're gonna do is cut off that edge like that. And then we are going to tie a linen thread so we're going to tie a bow and take a mini glue dot and then adhere it on that edge. Just like that. We'll cut it off. Let me cut that one just a little bit. Okay. So we'll cut it off. And then we're going to take our stapler and we're going to staple at an angle. Let's do it at this angle. Just like that. And that kind of helps keep it all on, but it gives it a little extra look to it. Okay, now we're going to take dimensionals and pop this up. One more. Take off all the backings. And then we are going to be done. And I'm surprised that it's really not gone that much longer than an hour. All right. It's going to be a very small border around. And I don't have it quite lined up, but it'll be just fine. Nobody will ever notice but me. All right. So let's bring in all the cards again. And I have one other one to show you that I did. So these are our cards for today. Yeah, they are. They're really cute. I like the flowers in this set. Apparently, the older I get, the more flowers I like. Thank you, Carol. Okay, so here are our cards from today. Here is another one that I did. It's kind of the outside of a house. And I used, let's see. The shutters are obviously the normal shutters, and then the flower bouquets. And then you've got these windows that are this right here, using that. And then for the curtains, what I did was I cut this out 4 times, and then when I placed them behind the window, I did it at an angle. So you can't tell that it's just a rectangle. So that's how that was created. This is from the Prized Peony, that little set right there. So, and that's just like an awning over the window. So that was my other sample card. This one would have taken forever, so that's why I kind of scrapped it and went with that. Okay, so that is that. Just a reminder, real quick before I get off. Here, let me move these really quick. So the butterfly bouquet, this is the club for this month, $39. You can add the bundle for cost. I pay the shipping and the tax on it. So last day to register for it is March the 15th, and kits mail out every month by the 27th. This past month, I actually got them out, I think it was like 4 or 5 days early, so I was pretty impressed with myself. I don't ever get anything out, but maybe the day of or the day before. So, so if you're interested in that, there will be an email that will come, and you can subscribe to it directly from that email. Spring Retreat, email will be going out tonight on it, so make sure if you are interested in it to register. For in-person, there is a very limited amount of space just due to social distancing and making sure everybody has enough room to do their make and takes and their own projects if they want to. But there is the to-go option, so you're more than welcome to do that. The last thing I did want to mention was the Columbia class. I have 2 packets left if anybody is interested in that. It is this Saturday coming up at 10 a.m. here on Facebook. It will actually be live over in the page that's just called Simply Elizabeth Crafts. But if you're interested, those kits are $15, and you can PayPal it to me, or if you place an order, then the kit mails to you for free. It has to be a $35 order to get the kit for free. But I do have, I think it's 2 left, or 3. 2. It's 2 kits left. So if you're interested in that, just let me know, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.